is happening, people? So hey, today's Saturday, the 21st. I think I'm gonna go to the creek on the south end of the lake, and it's about 7 miles up there, so it'll take me a little while to run that far. Anyway, we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna go to the upper end of the lake. We're gonna look for some deep bank lines with a lot of structure on it, and see if we can target these big crappie. And again, today we're gonna only keep crappie over 10 inches, and this lake has a 8-inch size limit, 20 per day. So we're gonna see if we can get our keepers today. We had some rain last night, so I'm not quite sure whether the upper end has fresh muddy water in it. I don't like fresh muddy water. Anyway, I like stained water. This water looks good. Anyway, hey guys, stay with us and let's go catch a fish. I think this is a bass. Awesome. Another nice crappie. Man, that joker was fighting right there. Another nice one. Let's see if he makes the grade. He is 10.5. Boom. Boys, he's 10.5 too. Nice crappie. So I'm gonna work that tree. So I'm this angle. I'm gonna work the back side, and then I'll work the points. Then I'll work the holes around the tree. So right here, let's see if we can pitch one in at the base of the tree. So you got all them limbs hanging down in the water that possibly will hold a fish. See if we can pendle in one right, not quite far enough. We had him there for a second. Did you notice what I done? I pitched in there and my first lure was hung. So I didn't want to carry the boat in there and spook the fish, so I picked the old storm up, pitched it in there, and pulled this crappie out right here. So sometimes it pays, if you know it's fish in there, to at least fish it out before you go in and disturb the fish. Okay, we got a retie. So the blackhead has been being successful. I am going to stick with that. Black 16th ounce minnow head. I like these minnow heads. See how they're shaped? I think it makes them run truer through the water. And I'm gonna switch my colors. This is a Tennessee shad with a chartreuse tail. I'm gonna give it a try. So let's get this bad boy hooked on. The lure nice and straight. Boom. There he is. Man. I think he's gonna make the grade. Now this intimidates a lot of people. So I'm gonna have to use both hands. So I'm gonna pitch right over in there where all them stick-ups are. See how I use my rod? I hold my rod really high. And I float that crappie jig over top of that structure. And if I don't set the hook, if I feel it get tight. So I know you guys can't see that, but I'm gonna pitch over behind them sticks and I'm gonna swim that lure. Down the length. Here it is again. All of the limbs are running this way, and I'm just swimming the lure right down the side of it. You're keeping the lure moving. That's the main thing, to keep your lure moving. When it hits the water, it should be moving to keep it from sinking, getting moss on it, or actually getting hung. Now, in theory, that's the way you do it. Another old black crappie. Now he's gonna be close. We're gonna measure him. I want y'all to believe me. I'm gonna say he's 10. On 10.
Big male lay right on the bank, ain't
Yeah, them yeah, right up there in them old black crappies laying right up there against that bank on them rocks.
they? Waiting for the female to pull up and drop the egg.
YouTube channel? What?
That YouTube channel?
Yeah, Wildlife Adventures. 2 words. Wildlife Adventures.
I'll check you out.
See how this tree right here in front of me hangs out? Crappie love a spot like this. Because during the day, when the sun is up, it creates a nice shady spot for them to congregate in. They're all in the water right over there. Fish right there. Nice old black crappie too. Good crappie. See this tree right here? You can see where the beavers clipped it off on the end. Now I want to throw back in there. So I'm going to swing the tip of the boat around, let off about that much line, lay the rod down, and skip it all the way to the back. Ah, he had it. He didn't get it though. Probably a brim. He knocked the tail down on it. Now, other fishermen that's been in here probably have not cast back underneath there. I'm gonna pitch under these tree limbs here. One just hit it. He hit it softly. There he is, right there. See, what makes a lot of these spots good like this, makes these spots good, and that is a little bit better crappie there. Yeah. This crappie probably be 11 inches. Good crappie. Yes, sir. Good crappie. Yeah. This crappie probably be 11 inches. Good crappie. Yes, sir. Good crappie. And a lot of times, the way these trees fall out, a lot of fishermen don't have the ability or don't take the time to try to find a hole to skip a lure back up underneath these limbs. And a lot of times they miss fish. See, there's one right there. I just skipped that lure right back up underneath, right up underneath that tree. Skipped about 3 times and boom, there's a fish. Now, he's a little short, 9.5 inches. Think you missed a fish? I'm going to put him right back. Now I'm going to do that again, standing right here in front of the camera. That was a bad pitch. So basically, when I'm pitching this lure, I might have to get me a new lure. It's getting a little short. We'll put a new lure on. Basically, I'm gonna skip that lure across the water like a rock. And let's see if I can demonstrate. So first of all, you got to get the rod tip down low. Bring it back. And I made 2 skips and it's right at the bank. And what normally do you see a shad do? Shad's always popping the top of the water. So when you skip that lure right up against the bank like that, it's mimicking the fish hears the water pop twice and then here comes a shad looking lure. So boom, he rolls on it and eats it. One more time, it's a good spot. That was a super good cast right there. Went right up to that dark stuff, and boom, we got a good one on right here. Yeah, another good one. Oh yeah. Yeah, we want to net him. He's a little bit better. So that one tree has produced what, 4 fish, 5 fish? That's a good 11-inch crappie right there. Boom. So I made my way up here into this the actual creek, and looking for some white bass. Some people call them sand bass. I've caught 2 small ones, and this looks like a pretty good stretch up through here. So GoPro battery is gone. So no more footage on that. So the camcorder's got a little bit left on it. So hey, we're gonna see if we can catch you guys a white bass here. So we managed. You see where this creek comes? It's behind me. It comes in, And it makes a hard dog leg like this. Then to my backside there's a flat, so this is a good ambush point for these white bass to settle in. And I done fished that inline spinner across here. I fished all the way across. Had a couple of strikes but no takers. So I slowed my presentation down, picked the old Kalin's jig up where I could work it a lot slower. And we'll see if that makes a difference. Well, that's a pretty good old sand bass. White bass. Yeah, nice one. 13.5 inches. Think he must have fished. What is happening, people? Okay, so unfortunately both camera batteries went dead while we were filming. We got a lot of footage today, and so let me tell you how we ended. So towards the end of the video, we was up the creek fishing for white bass, sand bass, and I think we wound up catching 5 or 6 fairly decent ones. And then we just start crappie fishing on the way back down. And actually, as the evening went on, the crappie bite got better and better. So we actually left the lake. I actually just had to leave the lake. Fish was still biting good when I actually left. But anyway, we wound up the last 2 or 3 hours, we were just culling crappie. We caught one in 11 to 12 inch range. We culled it out for some of those that you saw earlier. We were catching 10.5 inches. So anyway, I laid them out on the table so you could see what we did today. And that is that's a good mess of crappie. I think this one here is a little over 14, and that one's about 13.5. Anyway, good mess of crappies. And hey, I'm looking forward to going back. Hey, you guys better get out there. These crappie, the water temps was way up today. These crappie are moved up on the bank and they're getting ready to spawn out. So hey guys, you remember, it's a wildlife, and I'll see you on the water.